Every time I suffered a brutal beating from my adoptive father, I didn't dare make a single sound. But silence never made the abuser stop. Instead, it only made my adoptive father grow even more vicious. Countless times I thought about escaping from this place, but fate never seemed to favor me. Whenever my adoptive father was even slightly dissatisfied, I would be beaten mercilessly. This time, he beat me until I lost consciousness. When I woke up, my leg had already been broken. Even though the pain spread through my entire body, my eyes were still locked firmly on my adoptive father. Only after he left the room did my tightly wound nerves dare to slowly relax. The year my parents died, I was sent to live with my only remaining relative. From then on, I began a life of living under someone else's roof. At mealtime, I could only sit alone on a small stool. Even when sleeping, I was rejected by my adoptive father's sons. My adoptive father treated me like a free slave. At the slightest inconvenience, I would be met with beatings and scolding. All I could do was endure it in silence. Fortunately, my grandmother patiently taught me how to read and write, letting me feel a trace of warmth in the darkness. This kind of life continued for 10 years. During that time, my adoptive father's 2 sons unfortunately died from illness, and I, the adopted son, appeared on the conscription list. Before I even had time to feel happy, my adoptive father stormed into the recruitment office and forcibly kept me from leaving.
Så kommt's nur, dass du mir abhast.
What was truly despairing was that the only person in the family who had ever given me warmth, my grandmother, also passed away forever on that very day. It was as if God deliberately wanted to take away every bit of warmth I had. As for my grandmother's death, my adoptive father's family appeared unusually calm, but I secretly hid outside and cried uncontrollably. That day, I was allowed to sit at the table for the first time. Watching my adoptive father continue his devout prayers, I could only sweep the food out of my bowl to vent my resentment, then skillfully lie face down on that bench.
Wenn du mich schlagst, bring ich dich um.
My adoptive father froze in place. The white hair on his head said everything. After that, I packed my belongings and left. Outside, I earned a meager living with my own hands, and my life finally seemed to have direction. Later, in a tavern, I met the first woman aside from my grandmother to enter my life. Perhaps it was my clumsy and reserved manner that touched Mary's heart. Our relationship grew deeper and deeper. Together, we gazed at the magnificent distant view of the Himalayas, and I prepared small surprises for Mary on the hillside. Later, I carried her into our wooden cabin. There was no wedding ceremony, no wedding dress, not even a single blessing. But from that moment on, I became the one she relied on. One day, as I was sorting the vines in my hands, Mary told me she was pregnant. I was overjoyed. Even the wind on the way to the construction site felt warm. But fate didn't seem willing to let me have an easy life. That night, a sudden noise woke me up. I gently pushed open the door to check, trying to see the source of the sound by the moonlight.